Hey, it says we're live.
Yes.
You know what, though? We're back at home where you can't touch the table on a live stream.
I don't think you can touch the table anytime.
I don't
Both
think
of
so,
us
right.
have to use so much self-restraint.
Neither of us use our hands.
I talk so much like this.
Oh, let me turn this down. A little Ben Rector.
So hello from New York, California. Let's see. I saw Wisconsin. What else did I see? Oh, love the ugly Christmas sweater. Okay, this is
Whoa. What did you just say? I have an ugly Christmas sweater.
Yes.
This isn't it.
Look at how cute they are. The scarves on the little polar bears.
Even the polar bears
are warm. Anyhow, this is actually Carson's sweater.
It is. Carson came home today.
He came home today. And if you didn't already know, he did not come home for Thanksgiving due to regulations. So it has literally been 7 months since he's seen the inside.
Since we've all been together.
Of this house. And since we've all been together under one roof. Even if that was a tin roof.
Yes.
Or
I get
an A-frame roof.
I get it. And Rick has very good taste in sweaters.
He loves your sweater?
Loves with a U.
Okay.
Hey,
a couple things. Anthony, we know you're at work. We saw you. We saw you.
We did.
Get back to work, Anthony.
Okay, real quick. I trust we would know by now if the audio wasn't good, but let's go through all the formal beginning live stream stuff anyway. How's the audio?
Yes.
And how's the audio?
While you're doing that, here's another thing maybe to type while Mark is giving you some housekeeping. And then everyone that is on can read in the side, okay?
Mm-hmm.
What are some ways that you make the season special? What are some ways that you make the season special besides giving gifts? You know, that's awesome and wonderful. So you're knocking the table.
That was me? That was me?
So anyway.
Well, everyone's saying that the audio is good except for Steve.
Audio.
Steve's like, what? I tell you, there's always a class clown. There's always one. There's always one.
You should know. You should know how to pick them. Okay, so anyway, ways that your significant other, that your family, maybe how your parents, something, made the season special because we're ready to always adopt new traditions, and we love hearing yours.
Yes.
So and maybe somebody might board games, thumbprint cookies. Oh,
copious amounts of eggnog.
Ooh,
Trish doesn't like eggnog. Can you believe that?
I'm not a fan, but I am a fan when you put just one tablespoon inside of a half a cup of coffee because it gives it flavor.
All right,
but then
I drink eggnog out of the carton.
He drinks it like this.
I do. I
he
love it.
He loves it.
Okay, other housekeeping type stuff. Sweater weather.
Wait, eggnog and Diet Coke. Ooh,
really?
I bet that's good. You know what is another? Oops, I just knocked the table. Weird.
Getting married on Christmas Eve. Wow, congrats, Dan.
Ooh, okay. Right. Another.
Do you want to borrow the sweater? You want to borrow the sweater?
Yeah, that's what he wants to wear. A weird combination: candy corn and salted peanuts. So good. So good. Just weird combinations.
Okay, so anyway, before we continue,
does anyone dance and sing around the Christmas tree? Great idea, Eric. Great idea.
Yeah, Katie says no. Yeah, yuck to the eggnog. Yuck to the eggnog.
Okay, but you could try just a touch inside of some coffee.
Before we get going with the written agenda, in case we get disconnected, for anyone that this is your first KYD Insider live stream, if you get disconnected, here is the guidelines.
Okay.
I am going to quickly go over to Patreon, and I'm going to create a new unlisted link, and I'm going to post it there, and I'm going to change the title of the link to, this is the new live stream link. Refresh the page, click in, and everybody will get shuffling back over into the second live stream. That's how that works.
That normally doesn't happen when we're here at the cabin because we are connected to the best Wi-Fi, and we are so excited. The dog is literally sleeping on it. Okay,
I gotta show this.
Anyway,
look at this. I got two things to show you with the camera.
Oh,
okay.
Gosh, don't get seasick. Okay.
Two things to show you with the camera. One is this.
Okay, can you see it?
Can you see Sporky?
Okay, that is Sporky. We're using Sporky.
Okay. And the second is Charlie is sleeping on the Ethernet cable. So hopefully there are no problems with the internet.
Elf on a Shelf We're
Yeah.
using Sporky as Elf on a Shelf. So I gave it to Carson because it's his first night home. And we said, you get to hide it and we'll wake up tomorrow and find it. But immediately Caleb knew his brother and he was like, did you put it on the fan? Did you put it on the ceiling? And we all look up, boom, there it is. It's on the ceiling.
Yes.
So anyway, okay.
I think we're good. You want to go through the agenda?
Oh, homemade salted caramels, moonshine. Wow.
Wow.
Okay.
Well, we were
Agenda.
just in West Virginia.
Yum. That sounds awesome. Okay. So we always like to do a little insider trading, give you the scoop that nobody else knows.
Hey, but hold on real quick.
What?
Before you do that, have you seen my sweater? Huh?
Oh yeah, let's just circle back on that one. Yeah, that's
Okay,
what
no,
we
I'm
need.
just kidding. Okay, agenda.
Okay. So yes, insider trading. Some fun stuff there.
We do have some interesting, we have fun and depressing insider trading information.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So KYD 55.
wanna talk about
there
that?
were a lot of questions,
Mhm.
and so we're gonna just chat about that briefly. Then Mark posted the funniest thing in the insiders the other day, things you'd never hear an RVer say. So we've got some highlights.
Great answers.
And then
That will lead us-
I love seeing everybody's answers. It's so fun.
good.
I love just laughing. It's like it's going in there is like our own little realm of just, I don't know, we all get each other. It's
Yeah,
funny.
yeah,
So and it's fun.
And that will lead us right into the RV tips
Yes.
for this live stream before we get into the giveaway, which is actually a pretty cool little giveaway we were
It
thinking.
is a good giveaway.
You want to talk about it real quick, what it is? Because we're giving
okay.
3 away.
You know the coffee maker that we chatted about at the
In the
last
last episode?
episode? We thought, how about we give that away because it's like super cool. And if you don't like it or don't need it, it's a fantastic regift.
It is.
It really is.
It is.
And it comes in a nice big square box. So like,
and we really like
looks
it.
Good.
We really like it. We
I
thought we'd
love
give
it.
away 3.
Yeah, because normally we give away something that is the price of 3.
Yeah.
So now we have that. So
And Amy,
yes.
don't bring any more attention to my sweater, okay? Last thing we need to do is make this entire live stream about that.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. Now we know.
Okay.
So we have some questions,
And then we have some questions.
and that's it. We round it out.
That's
Right?
a lot. Well,
That's a lot.
insider trading this time is going to be a little bit longer, bigger.
Well, it's expanded in this live
Yeah.
stream and another live stream because
Okay.
we don't know the end of it. But here's
Okay.
the beginning.
Paul wants the sweater, the giveaway for the sweater.
You're gonna.
I was actually afraid of that.
Yeah.
I was actually afraid of that. I was
It's not our
afraid
sweater
that
to
if I
give.
were to wear the sweater, that's what everyone would want.
It's Carson's sweater.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Where do you want to start? Insider trading?
Insider
You're going to
trading.
talk about how you and Caleb lost.
Don't give away the punchline.
Well, no, everyone knows that you lost a turkey on the I-17. That's not the punchline.
Really? You all know that already?
Yeah, I said Trish is going to share how she and Caleb lost a turkey on the I-17.
Oh, okay.
Okay. All right. So,
So
we're starting with insider trading?
Yeah.
Okay. So,
do it.
okay. Do you remember I posted to the Insiders Facebook group? I was asking about if you could flat tow a manual Subaru Crosstrek. Yes, you can. And right now we are in the process of getting the boys' car, because that's what we got for the boys, but it was kind of a hidden agenda. We did get a car for the boys to drive when we're home. Carson's 16, Caleb has his permit. And I want to talk a little bit about teaching Caleb how to drive a stick shift.
Okay.
While learning how to drive. He's already coming out. What are you doing? Okay.
So people, but really quick, people do ask quite often, how do you I don't even know how to say it. Give kids a normal upbringing if you're RVing full time. And I think one of the things is not neglecting some of those opportunities to grow up. So whether that's, going and volunteering and learning about something that's not in your normal bubble, whether that's driving, whether that's going to school, all those kinds of things.
Yeah.
But we think that driving is really important.
Yeah.
So,
So we
that's just us.
wanted to get a car for the boys to drive, but we wanted that car to be flat towable. And we're going to talk, we're not going to talk about that in this live stream, but just know that yes, we are working on things. No, we are not selling the Airstream, but we are working on things.
Working on something fun.
So let me tell you real quick about teaching Caleb how to drive, period. Okay. It takes a lot of effort, right? To teach. I mean, there's a lot of things that kids need to know, even outside of driver school, like left on green lights and right on reds and all sorts of stuff. But it's a manual. So there's so much focus and emphasis on shifting that sometimes things almost like a pilot, things out the windshield. We have IFR pilots. Things out the windshield become like second to shifting, right?
The gears.
It's the scariest thing ever. Okay.
Well, okay.
It's been 2 weeks and
there's this one freeway where you get on and you're literally merging with all semi trucks. I'm like, I can't do it anymore.
Yeah,
you have to do it. You have to do it. But
Yeah.
he's gotten so good.
he's great now.
So good.
Now he's
Okay.
good. Now he's good with the shifter.
But here's the story.
Okay.
So we're driving. Mom. Can I please drive? Can I please drive? Can I please drive? And he's done errands with me all day. This is the day before 2 days before Thanksgiving. I don't know, whatever. So all the turkeys in the 3 different grocery stores that I went to were all small. So I had to buy small turkeys. I had to buy 2. So anyway, so we're like putting all of our food in because it's like a hatchback. We're putting all the food in. Caleb closes the hatchback. And then we decide to pull over where I feel like it's safe for him to get on the freeway and drive home.
Because Trish didn't want Caleb to drive out of Flagstaff. So you kind of got out of the traffic.
I got out of the major semis. So anyway, so he's like, Mom, I got this. You know, like he's trying to like calm my nerves, but I think I'm being pretty relaxed. But anyway, he's trying. So anyway, so he goes and he stalls out, but it's not just like, it's like, like this. And I was like, oh no. And then he starts the car again and then he does it again. And all of a sudden I'm like looking around and I realize that the hatchback is open. Turkey's rolling out, like gone. Like I have no turkey. So now for Thanksgiving, I'm like going around town again, trying to find 2 equal sized turkeys that are the same brand. So they cook the same, the whole thing. Anyway, I was dying laughing.
It was pretty funny.
It was hilarious. So anyway, I feel like if you didn't know the punchline, that would have been funnier. But I'm sure you all have taught someone to drive. And those of you that have taught someone to drive stick shift, you are pro level.
Yeah, but I tell you what, he's great now.
Yeah.
And Carson, I don't know if you know this, at Culver, he is in the Battery B, it's called, and he drives the old military trucks from the 60s and they're stick shift. And he's got like 12 boys standing, saluting in the back in the parade, and he's on stick in like a 1960 something military truck.
He told me that there's no like real brakes either. You have to downshift to brake it.
Yeah, so we think he's pretty proficient, but we're gonna find out tomorrow.
So
there's no more turkeys to lose though.
No more turkeys to lose. We're gonna find out.
So now you know about the Subaru Crosstrek. Now, one thing I want to talk about flat towing. Okay. So when I went to the insiders and I said, hey, can you flat tow a Crosstrek Subaru? It was like 50-50 yes and no. Everyone recommended the official tow vehicle guide, the flat tow vehicle guide that Trailer Life and a bunch of like RV Magazine puts out every year. And I thought, oh, that's great. Here's what I learned about that. They shouldn't call it the official flat towing guide. They should call it the super simple, no-brainer cars. Easy. We're confident in saying these cars can be flat towed.
Can you blame them?
I can't blame them.
No.
But I think it's important to know that official is a strong word for a list that does not include all the cars that you can flat tow.
There's always options when you're willing to change.
I guess what I'm saying is, if you do some investigation, you can find out.
Catch me rolling turkeys. Yes.
If you do some investigation, you can find out there's actually a lot more cars that you can flat tow beyond that list. But then it gets into the nuances of that car.
Yes.
Now, why didn't we get a car off of that list? Because they were all expensive SUVs and Jeeps.
They were beautiful and wonderful.
They were great, but they weren't really like what we wanted to give like Carson and Caleb.
Right.
And so we so the Crosstrek Subaru is all-wheel drive, great up in the mountains for snow, and gets good gas mileage. And the manual is flat towable. So I'll be popping down to Cliffs Welding soon to put on the Roadmaster, the air brake thingy, and the Blue Ox thing. So we can flat tow it.
But next time we'll have more information about that to share with you, things that we learn along the way, and also what that is going to be part of, because we're not quite sure yet. All the stars need to align. But we want what? Time out.
Stop.
Stop.
Russ wants to know more about the sweater. All right, Russ.
Okay.
From the top.
Okay. Thank you, Russ. Thank you for that.
Okay.
So anyway, normally we give you a location update, and obviously we're here. So we wanted to give you a different location update because we are thinking that we would like to go to Florida next month. Yes. So by the end of the month.
You're in charge, babe.
Thanks. Obviously not.
Obviously not.
So anyway, so we're looking to head to Florida. The only problem is we have no reservations, and I
But
guess
I
that's
think-
how we roll.
I think that's going to serve us. That's how our turkeys
I
roll.
feel like you are in the Saturday Night Live skit where they're talking about turkeys because you keep coming into
I keep
the
coming
mic
in and talking
like
like
this, and you have your sweater. And you're like,
No.
I like to make cookies. Okay.
No alcohol
so
was
anyway,
consumed in the making of this live stream. Let me
Not
just
for
say.
me.
okay?
I'm drinking water. I'm drinking
What
water.
are you saying?
I'm drinking water.
Can I have someone thirsty?
Yeah, you're thirsty because you're drinking. So anyway,
Okay.
so yes, so Florida. So I've been taking copious notes because people are chatting about it all over the place in the insiders. I'm like, oh, good idea, good idea, good idea. So anyway, but we didn't really know if we were totally going to go. So we're definitely going. We don't know the timeline, but and we'll see what the whole COVID situation is like by the time we're there, because we're dying to have some kind of get together, but we don't want to be inappropriate or inconsiderate or whatever all the words are.
We're waiting for COVID to kind of loosen up a little bit.
Loosen up a little bit.
And
So
we would love to do a live stream. We just don't want
not live stream. You
I'm
mean
sorry.
meetup.
meetup. We just don't want KYD to be the source of controversy because there is like varying opinions and
rightfully so.
and rightfully so and cautiousness
Something-
around.
I think your sweater is literally getting
it's
in
the
my
polar
chapstick.
bears. It's the polar bears.
It's literally getting in my
It's not me. It's
chapstick.
the polar bears. So anyway, so we want to make sure that we want to get to the point that COVID is to the point
Well, just
where
so that we have some idea of how to behave and be able to be natural
and have it still be fun
and have
and not have it be just about that. So anyway, we're just waiting for that. But we're
waiting for
dying.
that. So
we're dying to do
hoping
it.
that we might be able to figure that out, but if we can't, we can't. So that's where we are.
Okay, real quick before we talk about the insider trading and and these what you'll never hear an RVer say
Oh yes.
and the 3 top replies.
Yes.
Quick thing on KYD 55.
What?
So you obviously know about KYD 55, and if you don't, that's our 55-day health and wellness challenge. A lot of people are writing in and are like, what's the nutrition plan? What's the exercise plan? Think of KYD 55 as a framework or community that helps foster healthy habits to align with your dream. For us, we just want to help encourage people to whatever nutrition plan you're on or choose, whatever workout plan you decide to do or choose. We've got tons of. Oh, sorry, my polar bear's got in the way of that. We've been talking to Julie.
Well, I don't like this cover, but the other ones.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. Anyway, we got lots of different books that we want to be talking about. So it's really creating a community around building habits.
So that you can share what you're doing. There are 5 pillars. They're habits for 55 days. We're all going to start at the same time. It's totally free. We're going to have webinars. It's going to be fun.
Yeah.
So, and we figured out, Dean, thank you very much. We figured out how to get it on an app so that it's on your phone and you can have little alerts.
Mhm.
You might really enjoy Mark and Trish giving you like a quote every day to like get you motivated. And maybe sometimes you might just put us on silence. You might be like, I don't want to talk to you today because you are making me feel like I need to go for a walk and I want to talk to you today.
Yes.
Or not eat chocolate chip cookies. So anyway, but that's all it is. It's a framework. We're not going to tell you what to do.
Diane and Joel say, so do your own thing, KYD 55, the do your own thing plan cost is right. But there are some guidelines to picking the plan, and it just kind of depends on where people are in the continuum of where they're starting and where they're going to end up. And that's why we wanted to leave it open like that, because there are like semi-professional athletes in the KYD community, and there are other people that might have like just kind of like it's been 20 years, and so we just want to make sure we had a plan or a community to foster those habits. That's really what it's about. It's really about the habits.
Yeah. So anyway, so that's what it is. And we'll definitely be making sure that you have all the information that you want if you ask questions or whatever like that. So, but it's all going to roll out here soon.
Yeah. Russ, you got to stop bringing up the sweater because, we don't want to make this live stream about the sweater this whole time. Okay. All right. But yes, absolutely. Yes.
If I finish KYD 55, do I get a cardboard cutout with this sweater?
Yeah. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Sure, Russ.
All right. So that's a little bit more about that.
Okay. Things you will never hear an RVer say.
Okay. Things you'll never hear an RVer say. The top comment goes to Linda, which was great. Okay. This mattress that came with this camper is so comfortable and easy to put the sheets on. That was the number one. That was the number one comment.
Never.
Okay. Maybe not Sunday, but next Sunday,
Yes.
we go over to the Clement's house for Halloween. holidays are such a problem for the channel because it's like, wait a second,
Wait a
Halloween,
second.
right?
Well, and sometimes we travel really fast and sometimes we travel really slow.
Yeah. And,
So-
and for one reason or another, talk about a tyrant. We have been enjoying showing some of the day-to-day stuff.
Mhm.
And unfortunately, or fortunately, when you show the day-to-day stuff, it actually takes a lot of time. Like these random conversations take a lot of time. And so, so the videos have gotten a little, what?
It's kind of like this.
Kind of like now. All right. Okay. Anyway, so next Sunday, probably when we go over to the Clements, Sean Thompson, who's also an insider, gave us a tour of his reflection. I haven't done the edit yet. I don't even know if the audio is good or if it's even going to work.
Right.
But when we went into his
really
reflection, it was fun. He told us about the original mattress factory,
Yes.
where you can get custom memory foam mattresses for like a third
A
of
fraction.
a fraction of the price of a typical custom mattress.
Mhm.
And Sean likes it so much he actually replaced like
His-
a $3,000 mattress or more
Yeah.
in his house.
We have never slept on one.
We've never
We're
slept on
we
one.
have no association.
But I trust the Thompsons' opinion of their
pretty much on
endorsement.
everything. They
Yeah.
tell us what they're up to, and we're like, "How'd you think of that?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great idea."
Yeah,
Hey,
well, look at
nice.
see, Wendy says we have one and love it. So
Oh, see, good.
So anyway, I'm just bringing that out there that I think the original mattress factory might be something that
If you need,
if you
that.
need a mattress, I mean, I'm thinking a couple $100s, and they have a custom sized mattress.
Yeah,
So I just had to
something
bring it
to
up.
look into.
Had to bring it up. Okay,
Okay.
so Linda, that was Linda.
Thank
Okay,
you.
Perry. Perry says, and these are the two
Sorry, I was
polar
looking.
bears distracting you.
Well,
Okay.
yeah, it's.
Oh, you're
this.
laughing at this. Okay, I thought you were laughing at the fact that I'm taking so long to get there. Okay, so Perry and Douglas had two comments that are going to lead us into our RV tip.
Okay.
Okay, so Perry says, I wish some more people would come down here and watch me back up the camper. Right?
Have you ever had an audience?
It's like docking a boat. I mean, yeah.
There's,
Okay,
you wanna look at it.
Douglas, I love this. Douglas said that didn't cost much. Okay, so
Never happened.
okay, so
Never happened.
on the heels of people watching you back in your trailer,
Yes, I'm sorry. I'm looking at the comments while
Okay.
you.
and
Talk.
easy on the polar bears.
Oh, God.
Okay,
Here, wait, I'll fluff this.
Thank you. On the heels of people watching you back up your trailer, and that didn't cost much. 5 days ago, we put the Airstream in storage for a month or so before we go to Florida.
Well, it's going to freeze up here. Someone asked, "Is it snowing in Flag?" It is not, but it's freezing. So we needed it.
And it was we were borderline
to take
freezing.
your-
Okay, we were borderline freezing. So we had to get the Airstream out of Flagstaff, or I was going to have to de-winterize it, which wasn't a problem. But the problem in Flag is if it does get a huge dumping, then the snowplows, the Airstream is in the way of the snowplows.
Yeah.
Anyway, we moved the storage. No, not we. I moved the RV into storage. We are in hot hat boxing mode. So Trish stayed in Flagstaff with Caleb to box hats. Based upon availability of the storage facility, I had to go
They
on
wouldn't
Monday
let us sign any paperwork or do anything
Online.
over the phone or online.
To
We had
help
be
us.
in person.
to help us. She says the moment that I make this available for you to go online, it could get taken. You're better to just drive down here and sign. I said, I'll be there Monday. Okay. I backed the Airstream into a pole, and it's like $10,000 worth of damage. It's bad.
Mark called and he said, "So, and then it's over, right? Something happened.
Yeah.
You
I
can't.
don't know if you can see
The
that.
problem is it's not horrific.
It doesn't look bad, but it is. The problem
The
is
problem is there's two panels. So everything in the Airstream is like the top half of the cake and the bottom half, and then this little layer. So it wasn't just one, it was the top, the bottom, and the thing. So when we're speaking with someone, he's like, well, typically it's $5,000 per panel. So that's about 10,000. But since you have that little strip in the middle, we could probably just throw that in.
Yeah.
Because we're already going to be working. I'm like, oh yeah, just throw that in. Are you kidding me? That is so.
I had no idea it was going to be that. I knew, like when Mary said,
Oh.
like when I almost backed the RV into the tree in West Virginia, and Mary said, well, boy, I'm glad you didn't do that because those quarter panels are really expensive. I'm like, yeah, I'm glad I didn't do it either. But I didn't think it was that expensive. Like that's like
insane.
half the price of our first RV.
That's insanity. It's
So,
insanity.
Okay, so
So is there a tip? Can
Andrea,
we bring
yeah, well,
something positive
Andrea,
out of this?
Andrea brings up a great point.
You need a backup camera.
I should get a backup camera, but I'll tell you what.
But it wasn't like that.
Okay, here's what
I
happened.
wasn't there.
Well, I'll just make it quick because we got other things to talk about.
Move on.
The reason that spot was given to me is because we're in Airstream and there was a fire riser taking up 18 inches of the site. And it was a blind back end with 2 poles. And I just didn't know there was a middle pole. And I did do a walk around and I did go super slow. And I did even say on the videos, this is tricky. So I'm going to get out and look, GOAL, a lot. Okay. The camera might have been a little distracting, but I don't think so. Anyway, I was 2 inches off of the pole on the right. I thought there's no way there's a problem on the left. But because it was a blind back end, the Airstream was going like this and it hit right here as I was going around the corner, and I was going super, super slow. And when the truck stopped, I was like less than idle with my foot on the brake. And when everything stopped,
never would have happened with a toy hauler.
Yeah, when the thing stopped, I'm like, trucks and trailers aren't supposed to stop on their own.
Oh,
like
so sad.
I knew there was a problem. Anyway,
we gotta move on because I'm feeling hot.
Are you?
You know what? Yeah, just reliving it.
Okay.
You know, it's just
all right.
like
so you'll see the
terrible.
video. You'll see the video. It's fun.
So anyway, but we'll figure it out. I think this is why we have insurance. So, but we also have 3 teenagers. So
insurance is interesting.
Anyway,
okay. Hold on.
With my Airstream several
so the
years
RV
ago.
tip. The RV tip.
Tell me what it is.
Okay. Here's what in hindsight, Monday morning quarterback, everything's 20/20 vision looking back.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I didn't have a spotter, I should have finagled the RV until I had both mirrors on each side. I think I could have done that.
You mean so that you could see?
So I could see out of both sides.
But it was a blind.
It was blind, but I think in hindsight I could have done it. And knowing that you weren't there, I should have had a passenger side mirror out there. And I think if I would have just gone like this 3 or 4 more times, I could have had 2 mirrors on it.
The only reason we're saying this is so that
just so you know,
glean some information from the disaster.
Well, and maybe too, I mean, I kind of pride myself in my ability to back up things.
You do a great job.
And yet I still broke the rig. So like, I know there's a lot of people out there, especially when you're new at it and you make mistakes. It's a $10,000 episode. I know that when I
that's so sad.
I said in the video, this is the most expensive RV storage I've ever had to pay. All right, we're moving on. Questions.
Everyone
wants to know. Oh, you want to do the giveaway?
Yes.
The coffee maker giveaway?
You have your random number generator?
I do indeed.
Let's do it, man. Okay, so if you don't know what this coffee maker is, when you are boondocking, all you have to do is boil water and you can do a pour over, but it's like a typical V pour over and you put a coffee filter in and then you can throw the coffee filter away. The reason this is great is if you ever boondock and you love coffee, typically you use a French press. However, I feel like I'm on a commercial. However, you have to get rid of all those coffee grinds and you're trying to be water conscious, right?
Yeah.
And so you're like, well, this just totally defeated the purpose. So anyway, with this thing, you pour the hot water over, you take the filter out, you throw it away, and it's in a thermos. That's the other best part because with the French press, it's not a thermos. So it's like, here's your 2 cups of coffee and then everything else is cold.
Okay.
So I love this thing, but I rarely use it because normally we're plugged in. We have battle-born batteries. We're like have all this energy. So it's kind of fun to use it. We're in the middle of nowhere, but I have it as a just in case. So 3 people, we're going to pull the names right now.
Yeah. All right, here we go. So we'll hit the number, the first number while I get the file.
Randomize 1133.
1133. 113. And we're going to do 3. So I need to you like that sweater, don't you?
So nice.
Okay, Philip. Oh my gosh, in the UK.
Oh, that's going to be expensive.
That's okay. We're in shipping mode. Philip Tinker. Is Philip here? I don't know. What time is it in the UK?
He's probably asleep. Okay, but email us, Philip.
Well, it's 9 hours, isn't it? 9. So it's pretty late.
Post something. Get in touch with us. Let's chat.
Well, write his name down. Write his name down.
Coffee maker coming. Okay, let's do this.
Oh,
again.
okay. All right. We won't take a ton of time here.
Yeah.
Okay. Here, randomize again. 1106. And by the way, for a lot of people are like, how do I enter this? You're in. 1006. And I'm just going through Excel right now. It's Steve and Georgia Wilson. Steve and Georgia Wilson in Michigan, West Bloom, Michigan.
Steve and Georgia.
You know, these do make good gifts, these things, RV gifts, but in case they...
And I bet if you ever had like a white elephant, I don't know if you'd have a white elephant party this year, but maybe next year, you could keep it and rent, wrap it up, and
That's a
that
good
thing
idea.
would get stolen.
That's a good idea. It might get stolen.
People would love it.
Yes.
Okay.
But we still have a consolation prize. So if you don't want this, we still have an alternate, a pretty good one.
Well,
I already
not
did.
for this.
438. 438. I just didn't announce it.
Okay.
438. 438. Don and Diana. 438. Don and Diana Clark out of Richland, Washington. Is anybody here? Oh, look at Georgia Wilson's here. That's us.
Yay!
The vet people. Oh, yeah, sure.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, that's awesome.
Well, now.
Congrats. So we'll send that over to you. We'll plug that in tonight. And
Don't forget that the power is different in the UK. But that's the thing.
You don't need power.
No power.
No
power.
None.
Power.
Okay.
Now it's Trish. Speaking
Yes.
of coffee. There's been a lot of new people that have joined. They're probably wondering what's the deal with the sweater. How do you get one? No. Do I need my sound effects?
No. Okay.
Crickets, sound effects?
No.
Okay.
Okay. So let's see.
Questions.
Someone wants to know about Caleb making a video, a day in the life, or videos.
Okay, so we thought that was a great idea.
Mm-hmm.
And he lost his Canon EOS R.
Yes, when we were
something,
doing
his
Oshkosh
EOS
last
something,
year.
yeah. Lost
Someone
it
has a
Oshkosh.
wonderful camera.
Yes. And so we replaced that for him.
Recently.
Yeah. And we were thinking that he could video from the back seat
And do some like bloopers /
and
behind the scenes.
make a video just for the insiders. That was kind of our idea.
Short little like 3-minute, because he's a really great editor.
Yeah.
And of course,
and it's funny, he's a different editor than I, so it comes out a lot different. And we think I think it would be a much different story of what happens. But here's the thing. That's been 2 months.
He hasn't done it. I think he's lost his little like.
No, I think he's still kind of interested. It's just it's harder than it looks. I'll just put it that way.
It is.
It's harder than it looks to remember to pick up the camera for the whole sequence of events, because if you miss 2 or 3 sequence, all you have is a beginning and an end and no middle, and it's kind of difficult. So
it looks like a genuinely perfectly planned. It looks like a perfectly genuine plan.
Genuinely perfect
plan. That's funny.
So anyway,
so we'll see.
We're on him because I think it would be hilarious.
I think it would be hilarious because, I mean, the antics.
Yes.
That we don't put in.
Yeah.
Because.
And by the way, I do have a deleted scenes coming that I'm working on a whole bunch of stuff that we have that now that we're home, and once we get these hats out, then it's back to the editing some unedited footage.
Yes.
Okay, so that's the thing about Caleb. Trish, you want to talk about the cookbook? Because a lot of people had questions about the cookbook.
Yes, well.
Speaking of harder than it looks.
Harder than it looks. Sometimes Mark and I bite off more than we can chew, but that's okay because we just have to chew a little bit longer and then we get it ready. So anyway, the cookbook is happening. It's just not going to happen until like next year because it takes a long time to.
Spring we're targeting. We're targeting spring.
Yeah. Edit and design and.
Here's the good news is. I've had every recipe. They're amazing.
They're good.
Trish, it took her 7 times to get the what fonduto queso. Took her like a half a dozen times to do queso fundido. I was not a fan of that.
No.
Because that's a lot of cheese.
It's a lot of cheese.
Okay.
We're like, do we have to eat all this cheese?
But anyway, it really is fabulous. And it's completely done. Now, with the exception of design and printing and publishing and editing and photographs and all that stuff. So that's just where we are. We're in the time-consuming, unfun part.
It's all fun.
Anyway,
thank you for the question. Yeah. Okay, so overseas travel. I was surprised that someone said this, but although we did mention it.
Well, Chuck Miner said a couple things. He said, are you guys thinking Airstream forever? I would love to know. I loved it when you guys were changing rigs all the time. I'm going to miss that. What about some overseas venture like you did in New Zealand? That would be really cool. So let's just talk about overseas.
Overseas. Well, the world is closed.
As soon as the world opens up,
we would like to show people how you can travel with a rig to go see other parts of the world, because I'm interested to go see other places, but I love RVing. I really do. You have all your own things. You have your own space. You get to choose where you want to eat. You have your snacks. It's really amazing. Yeah. So anyway, and we would love to share how to do it, how not to do it, how not to break your windows.
Yes.
Just inside joke there. So anyway, so yes, we would love to do that. But of course the world is closed and we can't.
Yeah.
So, and then someone said, changing rigs. Well, we are working on something similar and we can't wait to share it.
Yes.
But we don't know how it's all going to work out.
Hence the boys' car. Hence the boys' car.
Yes. And then,
Oh, yeah. Hold on. Oh, and then,
do you,
oh, yeah.
do you miss the Jeep? Yes.
Yeah,
I
but
miss
the
the Jeep.
Bronco's pretty much right around the corner. I mean,
No, it's not. I think that's so
No, I
funny.
know. It's not.
It's
Just
not.
more delays. Delays
Just
after
kidding.
delays.
Just kidding. So anyway, it seems like Trish was pumped when you guys did the 4-wheel training. I
Mhm.
really loved getting out there. Anybody who has a Jeep here, or maybe even a Class A with
Yeah.
a Jeep, Amy, I'm looking at you.
Yeah.
And so,
Yes, you
like-
can flat tow a Jeep. Thanks for
we
asking.
can. We just, we weren't like, it was kind of a weird, like, what do you want your kids to be able to drive? And
Oh,
how
yeah.
much
No,
is
there's
the
no way.
car? And-
There's no way. I don't
and-
even want, they can't even sit in it.
Oh, are you talking about a Bronco?
Yeah.
Oh no, I was talking about a Jeep.
Oh, sorry.
I was just saying that, you want to.
Can't you see me in this sweater in a Bronco?
Are you going to get it this color?
Oh.
I'm just teasing you.
All right.
Oh. So, Mark,
Okay,
no
what-
Bronco. Thanks, Trish. Jeep. Mark.
So, okay, what questions do you have? Those were the only questions that we wrote down.
Yes. Do you have any questions
What
before
questions
we
do you have?
close out? How is it going? Are you decorating your RV? Oh gosh, I can't remember her name right now, but she had this beautiful North Pole, and she had little antlers on her dog yesterday or
Oh,
this
yeah,
morning.
yeah,
It was
yeah.
so cute.
Yeah.
Your picture on the Insider. So anyway, do you decorate your RV? And how you doing? Any other questions? Let's talk about the pencils. Yes, sorry.
Oh, someone said,
to fiddle.
someone said, I can finally focus now that Trish put the pencils down, and then you pick the pencils back up.
I'm sorry. So let's see. Otherwise, I'm talking like this and I'm banging the table. Okay, are you guys planning on is Tampa RV show even a thing this year?
It is, but no one's going.
Really?
Well, nobody I know is going. Well, okay.
It's a gigantic show.
Okay, I'm sorry. Like any creator I know is not going.
Oh, really?
Well, that I know that I've been talking to
Well,
everyone.
we're gonna find out.
And we're
So
gonna find
anyway,
out.
they're fidget sticks. Yes.
Put them down. Put them down.
Okay. Oh, says the sweater.
Says the sweater.
Okay.
She's referring to me by the sweater.
Yes.
It's
okay.
working. It's working.
Let's see here. Canceled. There's an industry day though.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Okay. Gotcha.
So,
well, maybe that's why I don't know anyone that's going.
See, a lot of us are going.
Start date for the next season. Okay, that's a good question,
Yes.
Aaron. That's a very good question. I'd like your feedback. Florida is only going to be 6 weeks. That might be 2 months of videos, maybe even 2.5 months of videos.
Right, because you got to get there, you got to be there.
Because there's a
you
lot
gotta
of
leave,
there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of
going
stuff.
on. We decorated.
But I was disappointed that we called the Teardrop season 8, not because it was short lived. We knew it would be short lived. People were, we knew that it was
Well, it was
last
only
year's
gonna be
winter's
for
plan.
a literal like weather season.
Yeah, like
'cause
a
you
6
can't-
to 8 week series.
Yeah.
But I wish we could have called that like between the seasons. So I'm thinking Florida is going to be like between the seasons.
Maybe you thought it'd be longer than it was.
No, I didn't. I didn't. We knew.
Okay. This is a good story.
What?
Okay. Well, it's not a good story, but remember where we go if you watched that. So anyway, we go and
A mini season.
yes, it should have been a mini season.
Ooh,
that would have gone
9.5.
with the
9.5.
mini. That would have gone with the teardrop.
Well, no, but 9.5. That's a good idea.
9.5. Oh,
Jessica, we'll talk about the podcast next.
I
But Trish,
think-
you got a story? What do you say?
I think that maybe like Florida could be called like the winter season. Winter is coming.
Winter is coming.
So
And we're out of here.
And we're outta here. What did I want to say? Oh, okay. So yeah, we had the teardrop. Let me just preface by saying, because Mark, it's like that teardrop was really great. It really was. It was built well. It was amazing. It went 4-wheel driving everywhere.
Yeah.
It was great. I really enjoyed the Jeep part.
Mhm.
But we were driving back on this gravel road to get to Tea Kettle, wherever, and the dog barfs. And the GPS said we had like another hour and a half on this gravel road that you couldn't go more than like
they saw
10
the video.
miles.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you didn't. I was literally like almost in tears. I'm like, I hate this. I don't want to go sleep inside of this tiny little rig. I have to make food for everybody. I was like over it, right? Because we got on this like little gravel road. So anyway, that very moment was the minute that season shrunk.
Really?
Yeah, because we had bigger plans. And
Well,
then
we
we made
wanted
it
to
through
do- we
California,
wanted to
and
do
that
more
was
things.
amazing.
Yeah.
That was amazing because we
That
got to
was
drive
amazing.
down the one, and it was gorgeous. But when we were like, and the dog is barfing, and we're getting
Yeah,
sick
that was
inside the
definitely
car,
a defining moment for all of us.
that right there. That was That was not on film. I was like,
Well, no, that was. I captured a little bit of it. There are some.
You captured the dog barfing.
I captured as much as I could without losing my life. Okay, that's the deal about that.
So anyway,
There's some things that really.
okay, what's your elbow?
The polar bears.
See, now you know why I was fiddling with the pencils because
Yeah.
I'm trying not to touch the table.
We need duct tape. Bruce.
Okay, Sarasota. So yeah, we would love your feedback on where to go. When we ask what to do in New Hampshire and Vermont, you gave us so many wonderful
You did.
ideas. And that was the whole reason we were like, oh, we know what to do. We know
Yep.
where to go. And we were able to see so much beauty. So I can't wait to dive into
Mhm.
Florida. And I'm hoping that Carson will be able to fly from school if we're there long enough. And I'm hoping that Victoria will be able to come and visit us too, because for me, that always makes it so much more special because
Yeah.
Caleb has his buddies
Mhm.
and then we have our kids and the whole clan. So St. Augustine. Yes, Stephanie,
Yeah.
I would love to go back there. We were there for a hot second before we got kicked out because of a hurricane.
Mike Fry asked when we were going back to Michigan. I don't know if we're necessarily going back to Michigan, but we have so many like friends and family there. And then Carson goes to school in Indiana. So that's why we're always back
there.
in there. We're hoping
The
that,
Keys, yes.
yeah, we're hoping that next year, when, based upon how COVID's going, we're hoping that like we can actually go to Carson's campus. Because this year
Yeah.
we weren't at his campus. We just dropped him off. That's
We
it.
were driving today. I was driving home and I forgot because Victoria has never seen the actual campus. And so
Mhm.
this year she was supposed to go to Parents Weekend with us. And so anyway, I referred to last year as when parents were a thing because no parents are allowed on campus.
When parents were a thing.
When parents were a thing. So hopefully next year when he graduates, we'll all be able to go there and we'll be able to. Does Coke know
Really,
that
Matt?
Mark stole their sweater? Yeah.
That's
but
a
it
good
would have
point.
to be red.
That's a good point,
It
though.
would have to be red.
But he's got a great point.
He does have a really wonderful point, Mark. Okay. Any other questions?
Any other
here?
questions?
Yes, Washington. We want to come to Washington. We do have plans that we're trying to like figure out because once we know where we're going, like this month, next month, then we're like, okay, where are we going in like 7 months? Because
Yes.
that's what we do. We're constantly planning.
Yes. And the KYD cabin is locked up. The calendar is locked up until we know what the 2021 schedule is. And the moment we pick the departure date and we have a duration time, then
we
the
open
calendar
back up.
becomes opened up, which is really cool because I think there were only like
Poconos.
3 nights available this entire last season at the cabin, meaning like everything was a same day check-in except for 3
Amy
days.
says that you have to find a red sweater.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So where are the kids? They're all chilling out. They're all chit
Do you think
chatting
we can
with
get
each
Carson
other.
to play guitar? Do you think he'd do
I
that?
don't
I don't
know
know.
if he
Carson,
will.
Carson's
I don't
been
know if he
playing
will.
guitar.
He's.
Hey, Carson, you want to play guitar?
Is that a wine rack? Yes, that is a wine rack.
Sean
It's
Thompson,
actually
KYD
made
Insider.
from an insider.
Montana Angle Works when we go and
YouTube
like Sean
has
installed the
this.
air horn when we were in Bozeman.
Yes.
And then Bree owns Olivelli. So Sean made that.
Boom. And
But
it's very
Sean, we are in the process of relocating it though, because we're going to do a small little hut chair, like a little pantry
like
hutch.
a pantry, so you can put food.
So we're going to
somewhere.
need a new place to put that.
Podcast questions about the podcast.
Okay. The reason that we've never officially, we love the podcast and love recording, we just need an ounce more time to record episodes. So we just kind of do it whenever and then we release it. Carson, you ready?
Who are the other YouTubers we follow? We really enjoy watching the wins.
Mhm.
They actually, we watched all of their RV stuff. And
Mhm.
literally, as soon as we decided to go RV, they're like, we bought a sailboat. And we're like, no. So anyway, we enjoy watching them travel around. And we've watched La Vagabond.
Mhm.
We've watched, these are sailing channels. So,
know-
so that's what we do. We watch sailing
Yeah.
channels.
But
I watched,
I will say when you make YouTube, I don't know if this is true for anyone, but we've been making YouTube for 5 years.
Mhm.
I think the more you make YouTube, the less you watch YouTube.
Maybe. Yeah,
I don't know if
well,
that's true
I
for
go
everyone, but
there-
that's true for us. And maybe because we're on the platform for so much. Yeah. Anyway, all right. So look at here. I'm gonna move it over here because Carson's been playing guitar. Oh, you're gonna sit here
Hey,
close?
wow, there's the
man.
guy.
I thought you were gonna sit all the way over there. Or I'll hold the mic for you.
This is not voluntary.
Not voluntary.
All right, nice. I'll hold it down here. at Culver, huh?
Yes.
You're very good. Very good.
Very nice. Thank you, sir.
So the other thing we'll be doing when now that Carson is home is going out and shooting. Have you done much skeet shooting, trap shooting? You have?
Oh wait, no,
Since
Not
school?
trap shooting.
Not
Not
at
trap
school.
shooting. Not at school. But anyhow, so we have that
So-
going on. Thanks for the short concert, Carson.
So anyway, well, thank you so much for being here, for being part of our season. Mark and I were chatting the other day. What has this process taught us?
Mm-hmm.
It's taught us patience
Mm-hmm.
and how to, I don't know, a lot of things we can get into that later. But really, what the insiders have taught us is the power of support.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's really fun to do YouTube, but it's also a little strange. You know, you share things and then you get feedback sometimes and you're like, wow, thanks for that.
Yeah,
That's
and-
not super, it's not always like super nice. And so, so anyway,
I mean, not about the sweater because that's
clearly
obvious.
they'd love the sweater.
Clearly.
But anyway, but no, it's not about being nice. It's about genuine feedback. Like, hey, have you thought about this? It's, I feel like we have people that look out for us and tell us where we could grow and tell us, hey, that was good or this could have been better. And so we really appreciate that. And because you support us, we've learned how to support others. And so, you know, you asked who do we watch and on YouTube, and we've learned how to become patrons of other YouTube channels because we're like, we like what you do. We think you're pretty cool. And we'd like to, you know, support you. So, and not in a big way, but like in just little things. And we've learned that from you. And so how to support, we've learned that from our mother-in-law, your mom too, because she's always there. She's like buying sweaters and things. And we're like, we know you're not going to wear that sweatshirt. So, but anyway, but just, we want to say thank you. So
Yes.
thank you for making our season special. Whether that's the whole YouTube season, like since the beginning, or just because you pop in and say hi, or you post a picture of what you're doing on the insiders, it's special to us. And so we appreciate you being here and making our life more full. So thank you.
It is. It's very cool. And you know what's interesting lately? I've been noticing more comments about people just saying that they smile when they're watching the episode.
Mhm.
And that's kind of something that we've been kind of tapping into lately, of just the fact that we just simply want to show, like, I got an email today. Someone said, thanks for showing how a married couple should treat each other.
Oh,
Right?
that's so nice.
And we get a fair amount of that as it relates to parenting and stuff like that. And so I think what we've done is we've just kind of honed in on the core audience, which most likely includes the insiders in the audience, to kind of derive the type of content we enjoy creating now. It's kind of a big shift from where we initially
We're
started.
not looking at like a blowhorn of like, hello,
No,
look at us.
no.
We're like, these people
Yeah.
are important to us.
It really is
And so
quality over quantity.
That's what we're doing. And that's why we are always like trying to keep everything positive. And the insiders too is like, we're staying focused.
Yes.
Like what makes us smile, what makes us happy, because we all need a breath of fresh air every once in a while. So thanks for getting out there with us. Thanks for being with us. And thank you for your support.
All right. Well, we'll catch you on the next live stream, which will most likely be from here, which is nice for internet.
For a short time.
For internet.
For internet.
And I'll start working on the wardrobe.
Oh boy. Oh, okay. Bye
All
for
right.
now.
Thanks for tuning in tonight.
Thank you.